What's going on, everybody? It's Paul with another Better Call Paul live, coming at you right here from Introduce Multimedia HQ in DeWitt Township, or Lansing, Michigan. So hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. We had a blistering hot weekend, and it looks like we still have another couple of days of that, but let's get right into what happened last week. So let's go into what we launched. Once again, we've been having trouble with getting things scheduled on Thursday, so we only launched 2 videos on our YouTube or Facebook. And that would be, first of all, the Entrepreneur Institute doing their celebrating 20 years of the Entrepreneur Institute. And it was a video that was created for their breakfast that happened in June. And it's a retrospective on the development of the Entrepreneur Institute and where it came from and where it is today and where it plans on going. So, so it included folks like Dave Hollister and Bob Fish, and got some great insight on how the Entrepreneur Institute even came to be. So check that out. It's a little bit longer than our normal ones, but this was created for an event. First and foremost, but you can find that on our YouTube channel. The next thing is the Summer Solstice Jazz Festival Series from 2016, and we highlight Ben Williams and Sound Effect performing Toy Soldiers. Please stay tuned. The 2017 artists are being loaded up on the Summer Solstice Jazz Festival YouTube channel right now. And if you want a sneak peek of what's going on over there, check on their YouTube channel, Summer Solstice Jazz Festival, to look at the new artists, or the artists from 2017 that performed are being loaded up into playlists right now. As always, you can subscribe to both of our YouTube channels as well. The #BetterCallPaul channel, which we take the videos and feature them on our blog. But if you like to be in the YouTube ecosystem, subscribe to it over there, and you won't miss the 2 to 3 videos that get posted each week. And also our Introduce Multimedia channel that is created strictly for our client work. And so if you want to keep up to date about the 1 to 2 videos per week that get loaded over there, check that out. You won't miss out. Of course, we recap here every Monday, but if you want to be ahead of the game, check that out and share amongst your friends all the great storytelling that Introduce Multimedia does. So there we go, and we shift to what was launched on the blog. Well, we had, of course, on Monday, we had Better Call Paul Live, in which we recapped the week before, similar to this. But let's look at Tuesday, and we look at a snippet of that interview that we did with Malik several weeks ago. You can watch the full one on the Better Call Paul channel, the conversation, but this one focuses on how he got his start on the stage. So check that out, just a snippet from the whole. So let us know what you think about that. And next is another segment from the business wrap, in which I was on with the Second Brain Collective talking about co-marketing and co-branding. And this segment was about choosing the right partner. So check that out, as all of us from the Second Brain Collective, plus Lori Rashar from Edge Partnerships, talks about that segment. And finally, the podcast, the Second Brain Collective podcast, with this one focused with my friend Justin Caine of A Good Fruit Video and Beyond Our Barriers, two organizations that he has led. But the key is, how has he used the marketing and digital marketing to move both these efforts? One is a small business, one is a nonprofit, 2 different philosophies. And not only that, but get a glimpse into his entrepreneurial story coming from the greater Lansing area. Great interview. Also, of course, we have our other channels, my Ride Home Review movie channel. Last week I reviewed Mother. That's how I felt about it, but check out the review on our YouTube channel. This week, I'm going to be reviewing the sequel to Kingsman: The Secret Service. This one's called Kingsman: The Golden Circle. Now, I'm a little iffy on the trailers that I saw. let's see how it seems like a little. Hopefully, it doesn't get too bloated. The Rotten Tomatoes is giving it 50%. Let's see what happens. See what I think. All right, so check out that review, which will be coming out later this week. I wanted to take a little bit of moment and say goodbye to those who have moved on from Introduce. We have both of our interns, Elena Petrovich, who left in August. She was our video production intern, and she moved on to, she finished her internship, and so she's finishing up her senior year at Michigan State. And then Min Wong, she had to leave a little bit early as well, and she finished up. She was our social media intern, and so she's now interning over at the City Pulse. She finished up here, moved on to there, and she's finishing up her degree, I think, by December. I'm pretty sure. I forgot to bring it in, but she brought us a present from China, and so it was pretty cool. And lastly, our creative video postmaster, Sam Kobe, is no longer able to work with us, so she's moving on. We'll be working with her on some different projects, but she's moving on from the day-to-day aspects of being the creative video postmaster. However, we do have a couple people that are looking to join the Introduce family, so we'll be keeping you up to date on who they are and when they will be with us. So stay tuned for that. All right, moving on to the events in the community and where am I going to be? It looks like I forgot one. Well, Tuesday is a pretty busy day. I'll be at the Shiawassee Chamber of Commerce Topics at 12, and that will be at I'm losing the name of the hotel. It's just right downtown. And so our own Ashley Barbeau from around here at WKAR will be doing a talk about WKAR at this time. That she'll be the topic at 12. So that starts at 11:45. Then later on that evening is the annual 10 over the next 10 event, co-hosted by the Grand River Connection and the Lansing Video Chamber. The Lansing Chamber of Commerce, Lansing Video Chamber. That'd be cool if there was a video chamber. I know I'd be a part of that. Anyway, so I got a couple of friends of mine who have been nominated, and I always look forward to that. It's always a good time, and so that's at the Lansing Country Club from 6 to 8 p.m. So check that out. Facebook event is in the show notes. And on Wednesday, like I said, I forgot an event. There's M3's Coffee and Conversation. That's coming up on Wednesday morning. Wish I could tell you where that was. As you can see, I forgot to add it to the list, so therefore I lose. So yeah, that's happening. So look that up. I will be there. I finally get to make one. I don't have a conflict. Yes. So last time I went, it was a blast, and that was a while ago. It was several months ago. So I'm looking forward to that. And now back in Shiawassee County, or Wasso, for their Chamber 501, which is at the YMCA there, and you get to meet the new executive director. So I'm looking forward to that. So Tuesday and Wednesday are pretty jam-packed. As for Introduce, we have shoots all over the area. Earlier today, we were in South Lansing on a shoot. Tomorrow, we'll be over at Elder Law of Michigan. Wednesday, MSU Horticultural Gardens. Thursday, Daystar Communications. Friday, we'll be at JD Small Studio, and on Saturday at the Grand Rapids Oktoberfest. So, full week, all 5 days. 6 days we'll be on shoots. So, check that out. What's happening in the news? Well, Instagram now autoplays video sound once turned on until you close the app. I don't know how this is going to go, but it's going to get your attention and possibly going to annoy you. However, I don't know who thought this was a good idea, but take a look for that for yourself. I know there's ways to turn it on and off, but that's just crazy. Next is an interesting article on preparing for the HDR avalanche. HDR stands for high dynamic range, and it's usually paired with 4K. So this is something that everybody needs to gear for, because cell phones, tablets, they're all getting into the HDR game as well as 4K, and it's just going to be one of these things that enhances the picture, as well as it's paired with 4K, which is 2 to 4 times bigger than the HD, the 1080p. So it's large file sizes, large this, large that. So prepare yourself for this inundation of new technology, new imagery, new image enhancing software, so on and so forth. So I always felt that 4K and HDR was the future, much more than 3D. Let's see if I'm right on that, and it seems like I am, because you don't need extra devices like goggles or anything to put on your face to be able to enjoy this. Okay, so check that out. All right, moving right along. Another cool video that came out with Black Lives Matter, and a powerful PSA showing about the hoodie that's typically attributed to the Trayvon Martin case. So say no more. I just want you to go and watch that video and just show how the power of that video just enhances that story. So incredible work down there, and well done. So, which moves us on to the question of the week. And the question of the week is from Nikki Soldan of Soldan's Pet Supplies, and she asked me, in my opinion, am I seeing less and less people go to me for TV commercials? Now, I want to preface this with the fact that we weren't necessarily asked to do a lot of television commercials in the first place, but when it comes to 30-second spots or TV commercials at all, well, a lot of that, it's been kind of less have gone to TV, but more have gone to either one or two places. Movie theater ads, like what you see at NCG or Celebration, or Facebook ads, because Facebook advertising in itself limits you to the time frame, I think, between 30 and 60 seconds. So therefore, you can use those commercials and be a little more intentional with it, because you know who your audience is going to be. You can be targeted and put it for that. Not as much broadcast TV. In fact, it's not even hardly a network as much as it is cable, and we've only been asked to do cable spots maybe once in the last 2 years, because of the prevalence of what social media and other avenues can do. So that's the question. I'd love to hear from you. If you have a question, please drop me a line. I'll talk about it. I'll answer it here on the live feed. And if you miss the live feed, or if the live feed happens to be frozen, you can always catch this on the blog right after, which is on unoduce.com, or you can look at it on the YouTube channel. It'll go straight to YouTube as well. In fact, it'll go to YouTube first, then it gets posted to the blog. So if it freezes or you miss it, you can always see it there. Also, I'd love to hear from your questions. So like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and remember, if you have any video questions, you know what to do. You better call Paul. See you next week.